The purpose of this toolkit is to provide a framework for college students who are passionate about plant-based diets to create a pod on campus to educate their peers, community members, professors, and other college faculty. This will grow the PlantPure Communities Pod Network and will expand the plant-based grassroots movement to reach younger generations. We want our future politicians, teachers, doctors, lawyers, and other leaders to understand the benefits of a whole food plant-based diet for society's health and the environment. If you want to open the web page, Gina, thank you. If you are a college student, this toolkit will help you create a pod, either by working with an existing vegan club on campus or by creating a new club as part of the pod network. Alternatively, you might decide to create a pod independent from your college club, which may work better in certain scenarios. If you are a college staff or faculty member who is interested in plant-based diets, you can work with students at the college to create a pod. It is great to have a professor or faculty member who supports plant-based diets as a mentor for the club and who can help keep the pod running seamlessly from year to year as students graduate. To the students out there, it is worth finding a staff member who can get involved with your pod, and this is discussed within the toolkit. If you are joining us today and you are not affiliated with a college, we encourage you to share this information with students who may want to start a pod. Or if you live close to a college campus, you can offer on-the-ground support to help students with their pods. If you are involved in a community pod near a college, you and other pod members can support the campus pod as they get started and mentor them when necessary. Once the pod is established, a community and campus pod could hold joint events for students and community members, such as a plant-based speaker, a documentary screening, or getting involved in the restaurant campaign. Now I'd like to show you a couple of documents in the toolkit, which you can find in the action sheet section, which Gina will show you right there, before we hear from our campus club experts, Josh and Kristen. So now back to the PowerPoint, please, Gina. And then, the next slide. So the action sheet overview of pods on campus. Oh, sorry, back up one. Perfect. The action sheet overview of pods on campus is a great place to start. It provides a description of the PlantPure Communities Pod Network, offers reasons to start a pod on campus, and explains what resources are found within the toolkit. Read the sheet for an overview of the pod network community your campus pod will be a part of. Next, I would like to show the action sheet roadmap for creating a pod on campus. The sheet contains an illustration which briefly outlines the necessary steps to create a pod on campus. Then the sheet explains these steps further based on whether you would be starting a pod from scratch or if you would work with an existing vegan, environmental, or animal rights club, which would join the pod network. The sheet also considers whether it is worth it for a pod to become an official club on campus or remain independent from college. And